So I've been interested in wildlife my whole life. I grew up in South America and was surrounded by wildlife. So I started volunteering with birds of prey when I was 12 and it progressed from there. For me, being able to spend time in the countryside with my birds is what I love to do, and this job allows me to do that. I fly everything from owls, falcons, eagles and hawks, but specifically on the vineyard we'll be using falcons to carry out the work. All vineyards are completely different, so even down to the pest species. So now we have the invasive ringneck parakeet, and they're already starting to cause major problems to some vineyards, and I only see that becoming a bigger problem as they continue to spread. Starlings can cause a huge amount of damage very quickly. So with just the sheer amount of birds that there are, and the high metabolism that they have, they need to eat constantly. And even if a starling just breaks the skin of a grape, that grape is now unusable. So a flock of 1,000 birds descending onto the vines, that can be tons and tons of crop lost, in an instant. And if they're allowed to do that over a period of time, the damage is huge. So the first thing we do is we speak to the vineyard owner and manager, and we want to hear firsthand what their problem is. And then from looking at the layout of the site, we can predict areas which are most likely to have the biggest problems. The idea of having us here is to save them money, increase their yield and protect their crop. Traditional methods include bangers, netting and or even scarecrows, or having people chase the birds around. These methods can be limited. For netting, it can be a huge cost. Also the labour of removing them and having to work underneath them. Bangers, pest birds can learn that there's no negative impact when the banger does go off, so they can be limited in some cases. So our falcons, they're cost effective, they're eco-friendly, and they also allow complete peace of mind that we are here and we are patrolling, we are keeping the crop safe and ensuring that there's no pest damage to the grapes. So we work for this vineyard, flying our falcons around, covering the whole site to clear and deter flocks of pest birds which will come and cause significant damage to the crop. So we have a team of falcons that's specifically trained to carry out different roles within that work, and we'll be patrolling the vineyard from dawn till dusk, and we'll make sure that no flocks are able to settle or cause any damage to the grapes. The falcons are a natural predator of the pest birds which eat the grapes and reduce their yield. It's ingrained in them from millions of years of evolution, that predator-prey relationship. They need to see the shape of the wings of a falcon coming towards them, and they know that they need to clear the area, really. One of the most challenging things is knowing, the pest birds as well as we know our own birds, and knowing what their habits are and training our birds accordingly to make sure we can do the best job possible. So it's just having that experience and knowing exactly, knowing our birds inside out and knowing what the behaviours are going to be of the pest birds. Our hawks and our falcons, they are not killing the pest bird, we're just using a natural predator-prey relationship that's been existed for thousands of years to drive the pest birds away from the crop. And it's a green way of ensuring that the crop's protected. So having Safeguard at your vineyard will ensure that you're not having any damage to your crop, which will save you money. The cost is more than offset by what in previous years would have been lost to bird damage. The vineyard owners know that when we're here, we're here for all daylight hours, and that we will make sure that there is no damage to their crop. And it allows their managers and their workers to get on with what they need to do to look after the grapes. So they'll see our birds in action, they'll see us through the day, and they'll see us clearing these flocks, and they'll know that their crop is 100% protected, and that's something, one less worry for them.